Alright, we've got a TvT.
Big job. SCV ready. It's yours.
Not enough minerals.
This thing here actually delayed my supply depot
SCV ready.
just momentarily. I think if you click it, you can get rid of it.
Additional supply depots required.
If you just keep clicking it, like rapid fire click it long enough.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Bad news. SCV ready. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready.
Alright, it's pretty standard stuff here so far. No SCV scouts.
SCV ready. Yep. Ah! You scared me! Yes, sir? Huh? Go ahead.
Command center upgrade complete.
The Grim Reaper has arrived.
So as usual, just going to scout around for some proxies.
SCV ready.
It's not 100% safe because you're not checking all locations, but
Yeah.
reduces the probability that you're going to get caught out.
SCV ready. I'm going. What's going on?
Base is under attack.
SCV ready.
Yeah, that's annoying.
The Grim Reaper has arrived. Hit and run! Oh, what's it worth?
That's actually very annoying.
Bad news. SCV.
Add-on complete.
Huh? We hear. Ah! Got something for me to kill. Death from a SCV ready. Let's.
Insufficient SB gas.
Oh, okay.
I'm going.
This is pretty bad actually.
Nothing I can't handle. SCV ready. Yep. We're screwed.
Am I going to have the cyclone out in time?
Optics online.
I am.
Add-on complete.
Fear the Reaper, man.
Channel's clear, boss. Got a target in mind? Console.
SCV ready.
You got coordinates or Cyclone? Show me who you want to die. This ought to be good.
What's it worth? What? Death from above.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Ah, my production's not being hotkeyd properly.
SCV ready.
Alright, we got away with it.
SCV ready.
There is a downside to what he's doing.
Go ahead. Go.
Add-on complete.
Been waiting on you.
Luckily we didn't lose the cyclone, or that could have been really bad.
Big job. You up, ready to go.
Command center upgrade. Insufficient Vespine gas.
Who wants some?
Insufficient Vespine gas.
We hear you.
Show me who you wanted.
Huh? SCV ready.
We're gonna be supply blocks.
You want a piece of me, boy? SCV ready.
Hit a lot of Reapers, so I guess he was 2 racks.
Bad news.
Nothing will stop.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
I actually probably could have considered a tank push. I wonder if it's too late. Is it too late? Because
SCV ready.
Add-on.
because he would have gone into tank production later with the Hellions, but he was a pretty strong player, so I think he'll be prepared. So I'm not sure if we have enough.
SCV ready.
Okay. Okay, it's gonna be a frontal tank push.
Not
So we'll go into
enough
Vikings.
minerals. Not enough.
SCV ready.
Scanning battlefield conditions. Ready for service. Commencing.
Cyclone receiving.
Additional supply.
SCV ready.
Not enough energy.
I'll just use my energy. Supply
Not
block was
enough
pretty bad.
minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Ready to plunder.
Additional supply depots required.
You ready for... Made for battle. Strike hard and fast.
Additional supply depots required.
A gateway coming through.
He should go home now. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go home.
SCV ready.
Ready to plunder.
Not enough minerals.
Let's get into the fight. Transformation systems primed. Aggressive.
Nice.
Want some. SCV ready. Fueled up.
Oh, this is really good,
Not enough minerals.
actually.
Got 'em.
Because
Command center.
we didn't
Mineral
lose any
field
Vikings.
depleted.
Ah! You scared me.
Fight or flight. Yeah, right.
He should have gone home by now, surely.
Armed and ready. SCV ready.
Systems primed. Order a scanning battlefield. State your request.
Ready to plunder.
Got it. You gonna give me orders?
Okay, this is almost GG, I reckon.
Can't hold them alone.
Liberation is at hand.
Strike. Let's get into the fight.
Ready for service.
Man, he lost so much.
Give us. In the rear with the gear.
Command.
I'm on it.
I haven't quite got Stim done, but that's okay.
SCV ready.
Awaiting orders. State your request.
SCV ready.
Engineering at your disposal.
Okay, he's actually got quite a lot of Vikings.
Coming through.
Do I have enough Raven energy? I don't.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Okay, let's just go
Research
around this side.
Complete.
Command. Commencing.
Big job. What's going on? SCV ready. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't have any engineering base.
Let's have a blast.
Ready for service.
SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted. Additional supply depots required.
SCV ready. Who wants some?
How can we help?
Ready to plunder. You ready for war?
Nice.
Ready for service. Scanning battlefield. Engineering at your disposal.
Additional supply depots required.
All hands to battle stations.
Understood.
Okay, I'm late on the upgrades. I'm very late on the upgrades.
Who wants some?
Research
I might go into a
complete.
fusion core behind this.
Additional supply depots required.
In the rear.
This has been a really good game so far with supply blocks. Another armory.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Go, go, go.
We should be way ahead here.
Not enough minerals.
Unless he's got like
Fueled up, ready to go. Gangway. Coming. SCV ready. This better. Kaboom, baby.
What's going on?
Command center
Nice.
upgrade.
It's about to get heavy.
That was a really good win against what I think was a reasonably strong Terran actually. I reckon he's about 3,000, 2.9. Yeah, that was a really strong win. And as I've pointed out before, my TvT is actually pretty, you know, relatively speaking, pretty high level. It's definitely significantly above my rating. But that was definitely a GG. Yeah, I think he was probably still on 2 base. But I really made no major mistakes in that game. I mean, there's always going to be minor mistakes, but pretty much everything went well.
SCV ready.
So I think this is a double racks build. Maybe not. Okay,
Command
that's
center upgrade.
no, it is. It's a single racks.
Has arrived.
So yeah, I mean, unfortunately my
The Grim
my second Reaper was just slightly late, and my first Reaper didn't quite manage to corner. So if we go back here, this was sort of a crucial moment. It's okay to lose an SCV if maybe I scouted a little bit too far or a little bit too late. I have to keep this in mind, but basically you want this guy to be getting back. I think I should just have scouted to here. You want the Reaper to be getting back before this guy comes in. But here I have this guy coming out and I have this guy coming back. Again, he was too deep. What I could have done is actually come in from this side and had 2 Reapers, and I could have cornered it, and I just didn't quite do it. And that's unfortunate because that can make a really big difference. But he didn't build a Hellion, so actually he would have been fine because he built a Hellion.
SCV ready.
But yeah, I think
SCV ready.
this was also a crucial moment where things could have gone really badly wrong. So I chased him, but then I retreated when I saw that he had another Reaper. I lost 1 Reaper, so I'm actually not doing very well here. But this is one of the reasons why you go into a Cyclone. So I managed to micro this back just, and it was actually pretty close call because I pushed my luck here a little bit. I lost the lock on, that was why. I pushed my luck here, and then I managed to micro. I was very lucky. I was a bit slow to get the repair off as well. So he gets another SCV, but I managed to get the base up. And then I've got the repair off here. He's attacked up a ramp. And so yeah, we've got to clean up. So I think when all is said and done, you know, the resources lost are fairly even. But he is 5 workers ahead. But it's not that big of a deal. And you know, I've also got my factory and tank production up earlier. Did I? No, actually it's pretty even. So actually arguably he came out ahead. He came out ahead. Still it says here that, why is this, oh sorry, no, I got that wrong. So sorry, I'm still very significantly ahead of workers. I'm 6 workers ahead. So even though he killed 2, so I guess he must have delayed his natural or not been building SCVs, I don't know. But like I've actually come out of this with a fairly substantial supply lead. So let's actually analyze exactly why. Why have I got such a, okay, because he's gone factory. Is it because of when I start my second? He's not producing SCVs right now. So it's actually just a macro mistake. So we both start our second at about the same time. but he's not producing SCVs. So he just made a macro mistake. I don't know. Or maybe he wanted the resources, or he was microing here. Maybe because he was microing. So you know, this is the thing. Like, you've got a macro behind it, right? So yeah. So I'm actually 5 workers up, even though he's killed one. And yeah, just I was a bit lucky here. It wasn't all skill. This almost died, and then this almost died. But I ended up getting some nice pick-offs. The base completes just in the nick of time. And then we also pick off the Hellion. So it was fine. Resource loss slightly in our favour, and we come out 5 workers ahead. Otherwise, it's pretty equal, except that I've got a second factory already almost done. Okay, so let's see how things continue here. So he goes double Raven, fast engineering bay. That's interesting. I'm not sure that's actually an optimal allocation. I mean, yeah, I think this set him back a little bit. These are too early, in my opinion, and especially going for the turret. I mean, there's no indication that I am going to come in for a Liberator or anything like that. But even if I do, like, I can still like position it over here, so it doesn't actually stop harass. I know. I think the idea is he wants to attack with all his units, and he wants to sort of like try to defend. But yeah, I think this is a misallocation of resources, because like I'm gonna put it into an earlier third, and you know, I've got 2 racks up now. He's only got 1, and he's also not going to be producing off it, right? See, and so the key thing is here. I'm about to swap in here, right? So I have 1 Raven. Here's 2, but I actually now have a So the money that he invested into the turrets and the barracks, I invested into a second racks and a reactor, and so now I'm going to get a faster stem, more marine production, and I'm going to have, importantly, more Viking production. So yeah, it's 20 to 14 army supply, and I do manage to scout this. So I'm not sure how I saw it. How did I know? I think I sent a marine out. So this is the other thing that's worth doing. Put 1 marine out so you can see it coming in. It'll save you a huge amount of, because if he came in here and sieged these tanks without me realizing it, that was going to make all the difference. So then I got to scan and see what I was up against, and I'm like, I can fight that. I got 2 tanks. I've got a cyclone, and I also know that it's a frontal attack, so I can bring everything to the front. Like right now, I've got this here, you know, looking out for drops or a liberator or something, so I can just bring everything to the front here. And I've got, you know, he's got 2 tanks to clear out, which is not going to be that easy. So if we look at the macro behind this, I'm halfway through my 3rd base, so is he. But my production is superior, much superior. So yeah, so I'm just at an advantage here with the macro behind it as well. So then, you know, you have to be careful. It's tempting, like when you've got units in front of your main like this, you have to be very careful, because your opponent is going to pay a lot more attention to it than you are, because you're back here macroing, right? You're a long way away. I'm macroing just right here. And the other thing is that my production can immediately be added. My production is ahead of his, and it can be immediately added, whereas his production's over here and has to come over. So I have the defender's advantage, right? So the big thing that's going to help me here is I've got the Viking superiority. Okay, he's moved it now, but I'm already like, I've already produced 1, and I'm halfway into producing 2 more. Okay, so, and then he's slow to react here, so I was able to put some damage out onto the Viking, and then crucially I was able to get it back and repair it. Okay, you want to save scan so you can scan if necessary, but once you have air control, you have the vision, and then you don't have to worry about the tanks. So then I get another pick off. I didn't quite, but I put some good damage on it. Again, I don't lose any of their Vikings and not repair them. And I've got, yeah, one more Viking and a Liberator coming. And so I'm almost ready. I've got, you know, I don't quite have 200 energy yet, but I'm getting ready to the point where I can push out. So yeah, what did I do then? Did I just not see the Viking? Did I just not see the Raven? I'm going blind. I didn't even see it. That was pretty dumb. But anyway, this is crushing because he's just lost all of his high value units that are hard to reproduce. He lost 2 Ravens, he lost tanks, he lost Vikings. You just can't, and a Cyclone, you just can't rebuild these units quickly. So like at this point, I mean, at our level, you play on because your opponents make mistakes. At a high level game where your opponents typically don't make mistakes, this is actually resignable because it's 2 tanks against 4, but I've got 1 Raven, a Liberator, 2 Vikings, a Cyclone, all these gas heavy units, and there's just no. So I was really happy with how that went. Then what I do is, you know, I scan in, and you don't want to push it out. Even though I've got superiority, I could easily lose this army if I'm not careful. Because he has Viking superiority now. It's 2 versus 4. I actually haven't repaired this, and I should have. So he's going to pick these off and the Raven off, and the Liberator is going to do nothing without air control. And it's 2 tanks to 2 tanks here. So I don't have any medevacs. So I did the right thing. Withdrawing. It was not the right attack to take. You don't want to attack just for the sake of attacking. And so yeah, but the downside of his weakened army and supply deficit is that it's very hard for him to defend 3 bases at this stage. So he's going back to rebuild. I know there's probably not going to be too much aggression on his part. With that many Vikings, he's not going to have medevacs, or he's like unlikely to have many medevacs. So yeah, I can just come in here and he's busy macroing up, and it's too late to save it. So that was a really cool snipe, but again, there's no need to push into this. He's got pretty much an exclusively Viking. Ah, did I lose this? Okay, that was an unforced error. But overall, you know, we got out without really losing much. And now the onus is on him to attack, right? Because it's 3 bases versus 2, it's 60 workers versus 40. And I'm actually taking a 4th base here. I think he scans in season 2. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure he scanned. No, he's left too many tanks at home. Yeah, he sees where my army is. So that's good. But he's only got 4. This composition by itself is not a good composition. Well, firstly, he's also left 4 tanks at home, which he shouldn't have. If you're going for an all-in attack like this, you know, having 8 tanks instead of 4 could have made a real big difference here. You know. So this is something I haven't done well enough recently either. Is just evacuate the SCVs. I mean, this is like going to be a potentially game-deciding fight, right? So why not just evacuate them? Especially because I have another base. I actually just evacuate them to here, but what I should have done is just send them over here, right? I've got 4 bases, so you've got, never forget, you've got a much larger investment in the SCVs than the orbital itself, right? So if you can save the SCVs, you're already sparing yourself a lot of damage. So that was a good decision, but yeah, so he's only got 4, and the thing is, I have this bio and I have not quite a full energy Raven. But okay, like the medevacs were way too far in front. That was a mistake. But I get interference matrix off on 2. I guess interference matrix is only 75 energy. I thought, yeah. It's just, I thought it was 100 energy, but I guess I'm wrong about that. Because it's got I didn't repair it enough either. So yeah. But basically now I can just stim in because he's only got 2 tanks. And this is where he made a big mistake, because if he'd had 8 tanks, right? It would have been 6 that were not interference matrixed instead of 2, and he caught me slightly out of position. Right, so I was over here and I didn't get my tanks cheese in time, so he might have done a lot more damage. He could have even potentially have won the fight if I wasn't careful. But you know, I got 4, and so yeah, at this stage, then just stimming in and getting all the pointies is brutal. So you're just not going to be able to reproduce that. You know, you're just not going to be able to reproduce that. So yeah, this was a really comprehensive victory. I'm really happy with how I played. Don't always play that well, so yeah, I hope some of you guys found it useful to watch. Cheers.